bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Now on 2nd and 13. Jones into a double team, and it's intercepted.
And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they found a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the touchdown.
Keyshawn Johnson doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter.
And the Bills have opened the lead up to 30.
And now Sean McDermott's made the call. They'll go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And make them 4 for 4 now on 2-point conversions as he'll take this one in for the score.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Things, unfortunately, continuing to implode here. The interception he threw on the previous drive, of course, led to the touchdown. And that deficit widening a little bit further. 1st and 10.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Jones hit, and the ball's out. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it.
There he goes, left side.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
It's Dolphins football here as we begin the 2nd quarter. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Snell going to try the right side. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Throwing Jones. Escaping the pressure right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
But I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Buying time to his left.
And they get Jones for the 3rd time in this ballgame.
Picked off by Justin Simmons.
And the Bills force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. He's got a man complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 39 yards there, a big one. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Play action. Now it's Mahomes.
Downfield, and he's got Olave.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
Chris Olave.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Bills are able to add on to their first half lead.
Mahomes now going to lead his guys up for the 2-point try. They'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Daniel Jones and the rest of the offense heading back out there. He was intercepted on that last drive, the 3rd one he's thrown in this first half alone. He'll look to right the ship here, 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Jones. Delivering a pass here to Evans on the out route. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Now Jones. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Looking to throw. Jones. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26.
They need a crafty play call here.
And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they will set up shop with outstanding field position in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
Well, that's the down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him. Sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown.
Chris Olave
On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Bills extend their lead yet again.
So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Miami set to take over.
And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
2nd down, Gaskin. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped by. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
And CD, that's the 2nd time this half they've put it on the carpet. Now, the first one they lost. Good news here, it doesn't cost them.
They do say that things even out in the course of a ball game, so you mentioned they lost the first one. This time, able to retain possession, but they can't get into this habit. The ball can't continue to go on the ground.
Now Sanders. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. The Bills going to take over now late in this first half.
Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, it might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
Oh, and he'll just get rid of this one deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Now Mahomes.
That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, a pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Bills.
Chris Olave
on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns.
And the Bills would extend their lead here just before halftime.
And again, it's Mahomes. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Popular down near the goal line. Quick slant. Nice job there to get in, knock it away.
It was. One of the other things you're concerned about when you throw that route is to make sure your offensive linemen use their leverage to get the hands of the defensive front down so you can throw it through that little bit of crowd and get it to the receiver. In this event, they did, but a nice play by the defender knocking it away.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they're going to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter.
The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this 3rd quarter. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. But the focus shifts back to Daniel Jones and company.
And he's got to be wondering what happened in that first half. 3 interceptions, very uncharacteristic.
And even the great ones go through phases like this, like what we just saw. And most of them, they have such a mental capacity to throw it out and essentially start over. I think that's where he's headed now.
He's got his opportunity to throw it out. Let's see how he does. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down. Back to throw. Jones. And this one complete to Smith. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard, trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
And now a jet sweep. This is Evans with it. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
We're in the 3rd quarter in upstate New York with a 2nd and 10.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Bills will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
Well, I think everyone is watching. We're certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half. This carried over with an interception to begin the 2nd.
He's got a man complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That one good for 37 yards.
But they didn't ease into that drive right out of the turnover. They go for the big shot downfield and hit it. A lot of teams have that opportunity, but
Sanders got it for a Bills touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Bills take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this third quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a...
And he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it, so a sack on the 2-point try.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation... Somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went... yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this one. No, okay.
Miami's offense set and ready to go. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but... I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Jones on third down. And they take him down. The Bills get to him.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Taking it about the 36.
And he will go out of bounds down at the 15-yard line.
He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And this offense now with a short field ahead. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Patrick Mahomes, a 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Bills will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the fourth quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or 2? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook. The bottom line is don't quit competing.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter. Back now in Buffalo. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Over the middle to Evans. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And now here's another interception.
Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga.
Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts.
And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
On play action, it's Mahomes. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad is on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed watching their execution throughout this contest.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. A fairly short kick from the 14. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that zero on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something.
Jones hit and the ball's out. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Looking to throw. Jones. Cameron Hayward able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to...
In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And this will be recovered at least by the offense, but he'll be taken down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. Well, this defense has been smothering all game long. Why not give them 2 more points here in the closing minutes?
Well, they've certainly earned it. They've gotten the better of this offensive line for 4 quarters, and this sack here will just be a lot of icing on the cake.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Automatic first down.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That's good for 28 yards. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it.
That's Olave bringing in another one. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
A little tough on the secondary there. In zone defensively. Quarterback had time to survey and find a spot.
And if you want to change things up and put a little more pressure on him, you can go to...
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
And I love that you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with...
And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack. And they fail on the try for 2. Tried to roll out, make a play outside of the pocket, but couldn't get it done.
When you don't have a lot of space for your receivers to operate, and down there it's really condensed when you're snapping the ball from the 2-yard line, rolling out, you extend a play, but you don't necessarily open up better avenues for people. And on that play, there's just nowhere to go with the ball, and you end up getting sacked.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
And out come the Dolphins now. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Operating from the gun, Jones. And my goodness, another interception. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown. Well, not only is his defense pitching a shutout, now they're contributing points themselves. I mean, they have really put together what's almost been a perfect effort here in this one.
I love how you express that. They've absolutely exceeded expectations in this one, and even better than their play, it's been their effort. Even with the win in their back pocket already, every one of those guys is still out there fighting like it's a tie game.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. From the 6. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Miami set to take over. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you or what feels good to your team. You're down big, you really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best.
And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Takes it at the 7th. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11th. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Steel City at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium.
Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Dallas Cowboys and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Here's the former Cornhusker Brett Maher to get this one started.
And we are underway from Pittsburgh. Fielded right around the 8. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
They'll start the drive with Harris. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Next receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
Pickett finding Johnson there. First down, Steelers.
Harris running straight ahead. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Pickett. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Pass complete. George Pickens with it.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 37. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Pickett back to throw.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Oh, he fakes a spike. And this throw will be intercepted.
Picked off by Deshaun Wright. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive.
3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him. And what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation. And they took advantage of the young man right there.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Elliott going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll earn a couple of tough yards past the 30 to the 31.
We're scoreless after 1. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On third down, Elliott. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it and pick up first downs.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Elliott. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped him. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver trying to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
On third down, it's Prescott.
Pass to Brown. He's got it on the crossing route.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 24-yard line. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards. They'll throw again. Prescott.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw is Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick.
And the Steelers are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted.
Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. Such a costly interception, nearly a pick-6, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception almost cost them 6 points. Now their defense has to run onto the field, probably giving the quarterback a few side eyes.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott punching it in from a yard away.
And the Cowboys will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
Taken at the 15, a short kick.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Pickett to throw on first down. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came back on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. And now the half not quite over yet. This is a live football on the miss. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. Touchdown, Cowboys! CeeDee Lamb, 75 yards. And the Cowboys come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he's taken down inside the 30. 16 more on that one and another first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great one.
On it's intercepted. They got Pickett for the 3rd time in this game. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here. And
it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Prescott.
This is caught. It's Brown. The 20. 10, 5, touchdown Cowboys. Noah Brown, 74 yards. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Marr now to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0.
Next to score, Cowboys 21, Steelers nothing.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half.
A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
They hand this off to Harris. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Working out of the gun, it's Pickett. Able to find his man, it's Pickens.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 32-yard line. 14 yards that time for number 14. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
To the air on 1st down with Pickett. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's go now.
Dialing up another pass here. Pickett.
Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Throwing again on 2nd down.
Pickett.
Open man here, Sims complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
That's good for the Pittsburgh Steelers. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Now Harris. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively. They're on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
Again, it's Harris on second down.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. What a game this defense continues to play, huh?
Yeah, they've been aggressive from the first snap, and they've controlled this ball game. But right now, if you're on the other side of the ball, you've got to match that aggressiveness. No points so far in this game. Moving the football, got to be that way to go against them and try and get some points on them.
That throw finds Pickens in the end zone. Touchdown Steelers. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Steelers are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Pickett will try to throw for this.
It's caught at the 1.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big 3rd down. I put the word big in capital letters here.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Pickett to throw.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining.
Here's Pickett.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Passing lanes, tough to come by with so many defensive backs on the field here late in the game. And it's not just the number of bodies, it's their quickness and their agility that makes it tough to complete a pass.
That's caught by Sims. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Looking to throw here, Pickett.
And he whips that one incomplete there.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Now Pickett. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
Now Pickett.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Deshaun Wright.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. The 40. Past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
But just to add that to the list of great moments for this defense today, they've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick 6, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other. Every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done, they continually built energy in this one, and how about them culminating with a pick six?
From the 6. And that final kickoff concludes the ball game, partner. And one side, a really nice win in this one. They were good on offense.